I've been to start here. I've brought 4 of the pipes over. I need to knock them out of the ground. It's going to be the same size tunnel as this one. I'm making another path here, so I've got double spacing like I did have with the other side. Not just so I can get myself through, just a nice little storage area as well if need be. So I've got 2 of them and I've got half one as well to put in. I need to level all this off, which is what I'm doing at the minute. There we have the second path in. I've just stuck some bricks to the bottom here, just because I didn't have a bit that size and I didn't have anything to cut it with. So I've got that size in there. Just need to mark out where these are going and then dig down and then knock them in. So 25 metre roll, I need 6.25 metre pieces. So there should be 4 of them on total. And then that should be the right size for the hoops. Right, we've brought that blue plastic pipe down. It's down there. I'm just recording right now. We're getting all the pipes sorted out. We're getting the big sledgehammer. We've got the knocking in template. I'm going to dig down the side. It's going to be the same width as this tunnel, same length as this tunnel. As I can see, you've got them all marked out there in different sections. So we're going to get them done bit by bit, and I'm going to get you put up in the template, in the time lapse. I'll cut it again. Right, that's pipes all in levelled off. I had an extra pair of hands with Brian there. Thanks, Brian. Brian, I did all the hard work because he wouldn't let us join in, but I managed to get the last 2 bits in. Knew he had something to say. Right, going to get these pipes put on and pushed over and left in the sun in the cold so that the flex and they stay rigid. So and then I'm just waiting for a new set of pipes to come. Some battens, should I say. So I've got some better battens. So we're going to quickly get these put on because I need to get back home. So I had to quickly nick back home to get the mother-in-law's dinner. Leslie's going to take that over for her. Managed to get the first pipe put on. My granddad's had to pop over back home, so I'm going to have to try and just persevere and try and get these other hoops on. I've got a rough idea what I'm going to do. I'll show you what I'm doing to get them knocked down, basically. Now, it's very difficult when it comes to these pipes to knock them down. That's because the curvature of the pipe, it's curving in over. So what I'm doing is I put one side on so I can keep it straight as possible. I've put a bit of WD-40 on for some lubricant on the inside of the pipe. Then what I've done is I've drilled a hole long enough to get a metal rod through, and then I'm pushing it down and wriggling around as hard as I can, and then I'm using a hammer and knocking it down as far as I can. Now this height is going to be the height for this is basically, can I touch it? Which I can. Just exactly the same as what I did with this one. Can I touch it? Yep, I can touch it. So that gives me the idea of the size that I need. That's probably a little bit higher. Probably not. I'll try and knock that down a bit more, which I will on this side now. Then I'm going to get them ones put in. But this should all be flush, should all be straight. With the back there, so that should all be straight. And that should all be straight on that side. I've sort of eyeballed it and taped it and went off this side as well. Well, that was a lot easier than what I thought it was going to be. I did miscalculate the end pipes, like. I think I must have cut them wrong at my granddad's, but nevertheless, it doesn't really matter the length of the pipe because you can have excess to put over the top of the pipes in any case. Now, I've just put that long lat across the top there just to see if I can get a level. And everything's touching across the top pipes there, everything's nice and flush. And check this out for the level. Tell you what, that's not too far off that. You should be able to see that there. It's not too bad being right in the middle. So that tells me that that's straight enough for me, like. By the time I get my battens across the top on the inside, but that's a job done. Fantastic. I've got a few bits to tidy up in the back here. So the plastic at the back, just the inside of that window. I'm going to get the staple gun and I'm just going to staple that just to tighten it in around this corners. I don't really need to do it, but I'm going to do it anyways. That's if I can get in. See what happens. I'm getting down to the garden. It's going to absolutely lash it down by the looks of things, and the big cloud behind us here. You can see there, it's dark and I don't like the look of it. But I've had my lats come, so my 4.8 metre lats. So they're long enough to go the whole length there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these up and I'm going to start putting these in one at a time. So what that plan will be, I'll just open up my new slidey door. Voila. Will be the same as this in here. So I'll be putting one across there, one across there, two, one across the middle, one there and one there on the inside. And then after they're all done, I'll see what I've got left and I'll be able to make the one for the outside as well. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9. I should have 8 altogether, I think, but we'll see what we've got anyways. But I definitely need 5 across the middle for the ribs anyways. Just shut me slidey door into its little notch. Buzzing that, like. Right, get these up before it rains and get these these lats on here. In fact, I'll quickly show you what I'm going to do anyways with them, because I know that a lot of people have been interested about the new tunnel. What you'll need, and what I've done here is I've got some M6 coach bolts in these holes here with I think they're 10mm nuts. I've drilled a pilot hole through here so I can get them right the way through, as they're not very long, these, but they're just enough to go through the 60mm pipe and into the wood and that. And I've just drilled them in with the 8mm bolt. So that's how I've done that one, and I've got them here, as you can see. I just need to find the nut because I've lost the nut. Now, the pack that I got was M6, and they were roofing ones, but they've come with square nuts. I didn't want square nuts, I wanted hexagonal nuts, so I had to get, I've already got some of these lying around from the bags that I pick up from Wicks. So that's the first thing we're going to need. I'm also going to need a drill bit that'll cut the hole out there, ready to go, and also a drill bit, a wooden drill bit for this bit, and a drill bit which is the same width as this, so I can drill through the pipe work and also the wood as well. Right, here is the rain. So I've got all my drill bits sorted out. So I'm using a 16mm drill bit for to bevel in the wood, and I've got this size drill bit which is just big enough to put the bolt through, basically. So all I'll be doing is I'll be getting the wood up, getting it level, and then I'll be drilling through wherever it is, through here and through the wood, and then wherever it comes up the end, I'll just get my other drill, get this one, drill in a little bit, and that's the hole ready to go to put the joist on. Let's get wet. I can't believe I've just gotten absolutely soaked there right? And the rain started dying off now after I've just finished doing that one. Right, so as I mentioned before, obviously drill the pilot holes all the way through, then just bore out a little bit on the inside of the wood there so you can get the nut and the screw in, just so it's long enough to catch it. That's on there, lovely. I've just trimmed that edge off at an angle on purpose, so when the plastic gets pulled over it's not sticking out. I've marked the level across there, so that's all level across there. Now here is a handy tip for when you want to do it exactly the same side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dry fit one on this side, and then I'm going to get a length of lat. I'm going to put it from there and set it on top of there and see if it's level in the middle. If it's level in the middle, we should be somewhere near plumb for this side, just so we can get them both sides. Something a little bit like this. So like you've seen there, I just eyeballed how far that was. Now maybe a slight little bend in here, just a slight one, but it doesn't really make a great difference. I'm not doing it perfect, but speaking of perfect, I can't if I say so myself. I've put that on first time, as you've seen. I've put that across the middle. How's that? I know it's touching the line, but you know, just a little bit up and down doesn't really make a difference, but that's good enough for me. So now I know where my mark is. I can start drilling some holes. Right, that's the middle bar in, 2 side bars in. It's not 100% perfect, but considering it's raining, it was raining anyways, and it's stopped now. I'm pleased about it. It's not too bad this way. The middle bar probably could have come to the right a little bit more, and also these 2 pipes, the middle ones, aren't exactly straight up and down, which is strange considering I cut the middle piece the same place where the holes were on this side, so it's slightly out. But I'm not going to cry about it. I want to get the rest of them in, as long as they're structurally sound. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's a homemade polytunnel at the end of the day. Right, as you can see, I'm going to get the side bars on as well. I'm going to measure the hole. I've measured the holes already, just from the ones that's on this side. I get the same width, and I'll do the same on this side when I've got one of them ones. Sit on there, pre-drill the holes, and then just going to eyeball it into here. So we'll see how we get on. Sorry about that, my camera stand just started falling over that way. That's the reason why it looked like that. Sorry, that's that one on. That's that sort of. I could have brought that down a little bit, to be honest, because what the plan is probably have it about here, so that I can have a bar going across the top there. But never mind, that'll do. I'll still have a bit of storage space at the top if need be, so it doesn't really make a difference. Once again, like I say, it's a homemade tunnel. It doesn't really matter. Right, get this one on, and then I'm done for the day. Well, the camera decided to do what it wanted to do again. So you didn't really see much of that there. Right, that's that other brace in. So we've got 5 braces in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 in altogether. That's this frame sorted, going there back and forward. So all I need to do now is get the sides in, sides in, that side in, the back in, and then I can sort out the front door. But yeah, that's sorted. And I've just realised I'm going to need some more lats. But I think I might just use the thinner ones just for cross beams and stuff like that as well. I'm just going to have a quick look now anyways, but at least that job's done anyways. Alright, that's not too bad for a couple of hours work, not even that. That's the ribs in, and I've also got to start on the outside lat as well. That's the height that I want, that's the height that it's going to be. It's all level across there. I'll be able to do the same thing again, put a lat across the middle to get the other side, and then it's just a case of joining the back up. Yeah, that's all sorted. I'm just going to need a couple of offcuts, which I'll see if I can sort that out. The thicker stuff just for the front, and then I need to get the materials for the back window and the front door again. So where I left off the other day was I've got the first outside batten put on that side. The next step, I'm going to cut the end off there. I'm going to get it put on this side as well, the outside, and then go get one put on the back. And that's this sorted out. That's external frame put on, so we're on the sides there. Now, by measurements, this should be level, just by going off the sides. So, let's get the spirit level in the middle there. Not even measured it. Bubbles in the middle, spot on, so that's all level, all the way around there. Fantabby-dozy. Right, I've got these little offcuts, which I'm going to use for the corner bracket pieces. And then I'm not going to bother with the cross pieces on this one. I just need to work out and sort out the front. I need to get the wood for the frame going up there and down there. I have to see what wood I've got, to be honest, because I didn't think it would the door or the window at the back. So I've got to put a big window in the back there, just like I have with the one next door. In fact, I might not even put a big window in there, I might put a smaller one in, but nevertheless, the outside's done anyways. I need to source up materials, and that's another job done.
3 years later.
On to the next project, and that is to get this bleeding polytunnel finished. But what I need to do first is we need to get the front posts in. So we'll get that, I'll show you what we're going to do with that. We're getting these posts all level. We know where they're going. They're straight up and down that way, and also this way as well. And we're getting them nigh on straight with each other, which is great. So the next thing to do is to put some postcrete in the ground, and then we'll water around the edges. Made a start. We've got the posts in, postcrete in. It's a good width. I'm just short of 5 foot, so but it's centered. That's the main thing, right in the middle. So everything is now done on there. That's great and grand. Did I make a mistake with the postcrete? I didn't put the postcrete in over on that side. I should have really watched my own videos. But, and also, if you look on the bag, it tells you what you need to do. So what I've done is you're supposed to put the water in first and then just fill it up. Well, I did it the opposite way around. But it's all well. It's all sitting there well. It's all fine. So we're going to do the back two. The back two is not going to be matter too much, because I only wanted the front done that way so I knew exactly what size door I wanted. The back section here can just get put in anywhere across there for me, because it's just for the structure anyways. But it'd be nice to be level. We'll get it in line shot of the ones at the front. But like I say, with anything on the allotment, it's just going to, I'm just winging it. It's like I do with everything. That's the back two posts in, so I have to leave them set, front and back, leave them to set, and then I can get the rest of the framing sorted out. That includes going across the top of that door there. We need to put across the middle there, and then just some supports coming across here, which I've already got the blue lats as well, because you need some supports going across here, because even at this stage the whole thing is wobbly going across, but as soon as you put them cross supports in, it stiffens it right up so that it turns basically into this. Obviously the outer, it's not even moving, that it doesn't even move, but it's just these bars here. It's just strengthen it up so much. But hey, it's another good couple of hours a day. Again, thank you very much, Ryan, for your help.
You will, you do.
Me and Ryan thought we've got 20 minutes, so we might as well do the rest of it. So we've got the front sections all put in, I've got the sides put in here as well, and we'll show you how much more stiffer it's made the entire structure without even having the cover on. So wait a minute, the bottom sections that I need to sort out along the bottom of there, all the way along the bottom. Then once that's done, I'll be able to get the skin put on. Once I've gotten the netting put on the other side. That's tunnel frame. Still drying at the bottom there, but it's secure and solid, which is grand. I'll be continuing on with this another time because it's getting on in the day. I've got some L-shaped brackets, so I'm going to put the L-shaped brackets on here, the top, the front and the back. We'll get that done shortly. Ryan very quickly have just popped this section up here, and also the window section at the top of there as well. So all of this is pretty much framed out. The only thing I need to do is along the bottom. So again, dry fit, just seeing how they sit and how what bits I can cut off from where. And it looks like I'm going to be able to take the bit off there, pop it in that side. Then I'm going to have a full length across here. I'm going to have these bits here which I can take a cut from and put it in there. So at the minute, it all looks hunky-dory. One thing I am going to do with these is I'm not going to have them directly touching the floor. I'm going to have them up by about a couple of inches, just so that they're sitting up. I might even just put them on a brick all the way around. Obviously get them level as well, just so that I don't want them too high off the ground, but I don't want them touching the ground for the moisture to travel through the board. Realistically, I should be painting these so that they don't rot as easily, but I'm not going to. I want to raise them up. The baseboards at the end of the day, and there's nothing going to be going against them, no soil or nothing, so they should be absolutely fine. And just like that, we're level all the way around. May not look it because the ground's not level, but we are level all the way around, nice and straight. Everything is absolutely solid, fantastic, all the way around, all the way around. Like I say, I've raised it up off the floor a little bit. I do need to get a little bit more weed control fabric just to go underneath this side, a little bit at the back there to stop things from coming in, but I can deal with that. That's not a bother. I can even just move it up a little bit and then staple it onto there to stop it from coming in over, or staple on the back side of it, but I can sort that out, not a problem. So there we go, from not having, we're just having the standard frame going across here to actually having the whole thing framed out, ready to be meshed along the bottom, and then poly put on the top, which can be done when it's a nice hot day, because it needs to be hot so that you can leave it on, the sun can bake it, so it can be pliable to be able to pull down. So the only thing I need to do with these now is to get the stuff for the sides so that we can nip it all in, just like I did with that front door earlier on in the video. Another day, another start. Guess what I'm finishing the day? Getting this done. I was looking back at videos last night. 3 years it's taken us to get to this point, but we're going to get the polytunnel finished today, and that's because it arrived yesterday. Wasn't expecting that until today, but I got it yesterday, meaning I can get this all done all the way around the bottom. Awesome, because I was just getting stapled in. I've got that taken off there, I've got to lie down in the sunshine out of the way where I'm going to be working. I've got my cup of tea, sorry, my cup of coffee, I've got my roll. I've just been picking some of the long lengths of that up. I need to take the screws out of them, but I'm going to see if I can find a couple more. But what the plan is, make the lengths for across there, down there, all the way around. Basically, I need to make the lengths so that I can just screw them straight in to nip the plastic. I'm not going to do the plastic first, we're going to do the plastic second, because I'm going to staple gun this all the way around here, and that's all it's going to get. So the bottom is going to be left stapled, the top will be nipped in with the plastic. So what we've been doing is we've been measuring around the sides before we start doing the bottom, because once we start, that's it. So what we've done is we've gotten the lengths of lats, like I said, all the way along, but I've also screwed pilot holes all the way, every foot or so, all the way at the edges, on every single piece that goes all the way around, all the way along. And now putting screws in like this, so it makes it a lot easier once we've got the plastic on and in. So I just go along, not with my hand obviously, or with the hammer, with the drill. So we're just getting everything ready, like a piece of Lego, ready to go to get everything done all at once. Failure to prepare, prepare to fail. And there we go, nice and taut. So as you've seen, all I did was keep it's doubled up, because this stuff does open up, and the black line, I've just kept it low and tight all the way around, all the way along. And then once I've done that, I've just lifted this over and just put some staples in the top. Like, bear in mind that once the plastic's on, this will nip in as well. So it's just the bottom that's held in with staples, which is absolutely fine. If you wanted to, you could put some battens across the bottom, some boards just to keep that nipped in as well. But I'm not going to bother, because I've not needed to do it. I didn't do it on that side, because I just tucked it in. But that's all nice and taut. Now the next task will be to get this on the polytunnel. So it's good that there's no wind, and it's obviously a lovely, beautiful sunny day. That big hot ball in the sky is going to help massively. So we're going to get this unrolled out best we can and get it put it over the top of the polytunnel. And we're going to have a cup of tea, have some dinner, and let it sit for a little bit just for it to warm up. And then we'll get the clamps, then get another pair of hands. Hopefully Granite possibly help. If not, it's all right, we'll get the two sides done. I'll tell you what we need to do after that. It's massively important when you're unfolding this, the polytunnel sheeting. By the way, it's visqueen, and basically that's what it is. Lumisol, visqueen Lumisol. That's the opaque opacity, whatever it is, to be able to see through or not, because you can get different types, and that's the one that I like. So the best thing to do is make sure that there's no edges or catches, anything like that. You can also put some tape on here as well, so that you're protecting the plastic so when it doesn't rub. I'm not going to bother because I've not needed to do it on that one, so I'm not going to do it on this one. But yeah, make sure that it doesn't kind of catch anywhere, because if you pull it over the top and it rips, game over. That's it, done. You can repair it, but it's never going to be the same again. So just a couple of words of warning. There we go, got it on the right side. We've got it the right way, so it'll have inside out written on it. Now, if I remember correctly, when I bought this, I knew I was going to be building another polytunnel, so that's why I bought it in the length that I did. So there's, well, nearly short on both sides, but there's enough there to play with, so I did measure that fine. It's absolutely loads in the offcut, because I think when I did it, normally you have this that way, so the whiting's coming across this way. But on this one, I had them going along that way, because it measured measured correctly for the length and how cheap it was going to be. Let's have a look on the inside. There we go. You can feel the heat straight away when you walk in here. It's going to make a hell of a difference. But right, we're going to get some clamps. Get this clamped down to place so it doesn't blow away. Leave it for the sun to warm it through, and then we can do it from one side. Put the length in. Do the other side. Put that length in, and then we can do the back and then the front. But I'll tell you more about them when we're doing them. Right, a little time later, time to get this side on. So we've used it right up the edge, and we're going to put a couple of inches down the side so that there's a bit of a drip loop, so we can pull on where needed. So we're going to get this side just put in the way it is, and then get the other side done so that it's taut over the top. So there we go, coming along nicely now. Since we did the middle first, sorry, I said we're going to do the outside first and work our way down. Doing it on this one, that's fine. On the other side, start in the middle, because you want the middle tight and taut, because the front and the back, the way I've built mine, will pull tight as you're pulling around the front. I'll show you an example. This bit here is, of course, loose. It's touching the wood here. Whereas, if we go down to the back, you can see this back section here is nice and taut, since we've pulled it around. So yeah, so just last little bit to do, and that's the front, and then we'll get this straightened up, not be as loose with this pulled. Taut. The heat will obviously help out over the course of the today and tomorrow. I've been along, and what you don't want to do is you don't want to trim right up against here, you want to leave yourself a good little lip so that you can pull down if need be. See, I've got a little bit of looseness there. I'll do is I'll put some more screws in all the way along. So you want to leave yourself a nice little skirt, because if you pull it, if it comes too tight, it'll just pull right up and pull off. So you want to keep yourself a bit of trim on the side there. So, and coming inside, sorted out this side with a trim piece up there. I'm going to cut out a trim piece coming across the top of here just to keep that up. And then, yeah, it's all inside's done. I've trimmed along the top, so this isn't going to go nowhere. That's not going anywhere because it's all nipped up against it, which is great. So Polytunnel is 90%, 95% complete. The only thing I need to do now is to build the door. That'll be done another time though, because I haven't got time to do that. I'm going to be doing the sort of same thing as what I did with this one here. So I'll get the big frame, make sure it covers, little lock mechanism, just runs off the wood. So I'll have to see if I can get some more bits of wood. One of the last jobs I want to do today is something that I should have done on that polytunnel. I'm going to do it on this polytunnel immediately, and that's I'm going to put some string lines across the top, going across that way. I'm going to get a couple of bits of wood, drill them into there, drill them into there, drill them into there, and then get a bit of string, pull all the way across, pull it tight, and then I can put a knot in at the other side. And that's going to stop the birds from landing on top, because if you don't stop them from landing on top of the polytunnel, what they'll try and get is all the bugs that try to escape, the flies and stuff, and all they do is peck away at the top of the polytunnel. As you can see, it's done at the top of here. So take my own advice and do that immediately. So I'm going to get a couple of bits of wood, screw some holes in. I need 6 bits, screw some holes in, and then I'm putting it up. Maybe about half an hour later, that's all done. So I've got some string lines going across the top. As you can see, I've got straight across the top there, all the way along to the edge. Let's go on to the back. So that should stop things from landing on the top, and also to help limit the bugs. I've got these fly traps as well, some of which I've already dropped. But that should help out. I mean, look, even in here already. Look, started already, look. So I need to bring some bigger fly traps from inside here, but I need to get my door sorted. And we'll see what time it is, and I've got 2 choices. I'll get the door done without knowing how to attach it, or I can paint the front of the shed. Decisions. Okay, time to make a door for this polytunnel. It's dead straightforward. I want 2 long lengths up the side and 3 for along the middle. It's worked for my other one and it's lasted not a problem, so I don't see why it shouldn't last for the new polytunnel. Obviously I sort out the runner when I get a chance to do so, but as you can see, 1, 2, 3 down the sides. It is a bit thicker wood. I've got some smaller brackets. I'll use the brackets on mine as well, on this one. That's all mine. So yeah, don't need to measure the sides, because all I did is get a length of wood, see how tall I wanted it, from the top to the bottom. Don't even need a tape measure. But what I do want is everything straight. So I'm going to use the inside here. I've already drilled some pilot holes along the top to get this nail through, the screw through, should I say. So I'm just going to set everything up, and then I'm just going to screw it all together, and then that's that done. Sorry about that, guys. Leslie rang. I've just been sat and talking about while I've got this sorted out. So I've put the L brackets in each corner, that corner, the bottom corner, and the other bottom corner, and I've also put it across the middle, which is probably not the middle. It looks like it's higher up in the middle. But I've put it on the section where it's like that, because this is going to be the top here. So it's a lot more secure now. So I'm just going to put it up against the door and see what we've got. So there we go. Fits lovely. Fantastic. So what I need to do next is I'll have to cover this. Luckily enough, I've got some extra plastic, but I'm going to need some more lengths to be able to nip it in like I've done with the other door. I don't think I've got any more lengths of wood, so I'll have to have a think. Thought I pressed record on the time lapse, but I didn't. So there you go, all done. So that's the door all finished with. I'll get it put on the outside and then see how I can temporarily fix it in place. Ah, there we go. I think that fits quite well, to be honest. So yeah, next thing I need to do, which I won't be doing today, is to build a sliding structure just like this. Not take long to do. I'll just copy off what I've done here because that seems to have worked quite well.